River Chinooks take on the Big City Boys of the Anchorage Bucs. It promises to be a night and a season of fast-action Alaska League baseball. Tonight's game is a benefit for the Chugiak Eagle River Food Pantry. It's the night we call Home Runs Against Hunger. Now, the starting lineup for the visiting Bucs. Batting first, number 7, the second baseman, Cole Tate. Batting second, number 26, the left fielder, Chad Castillo. Batting third, number 27, the right fielder, Blake Paul. Batting fourth, number 21, the designated hitter, Cheney Rogers. Batting fifth, number 25, the first baseman, Ryan Sullivan. Batting sixth, number 2, the center fielder, Jason Vandebrake. Batting seventh, number 31, the catcher, Victor Cherney. Batting eighth, number 14, the third baseman, Braxton Borfin. Batting ninth, number 13, the shortstop, Tahishi Nakawaki. And the starting pitcher for the Bucs, number 28, Brett Fennell. The Bucs head coach, Grant Palmer. The Bucs assistant coach, Bob Macaluso. The Bucs GM, Sean Maltby. And the Bucs director of baseball operations, Gary Lichtenstein. Now the starting lineup for your hometown Chugiak Chinooks. Batting first, number 15, the second baseman, Mason Corbett. Batting second, number 22, the center fielder, Jess Davis. Batting third, number 23, the catcher, J. Paul Fullerton. Batting fourth, number 24, the first baseman, Ethan English. Batting fifth, number 12, the right fielder, Hayden Keller. Batting sixth, number 20, the left fielder, Jake Collins. Batting seventh, number 9, the designated hitter, Trevor Cho. Batting eighth, number 31, the third baseman, Jack D'Amelio. Batting ninth, number 2, the shortstop, Dylan Gardner. The starting pitcher for your Chinooks, number 55, Sam Brace. The Chinooks head coach, John Grove. The Chinooks GM and pitching coach, Chris Beck. The Chinooks assistant coaches, Dalton Smith, Troy Hervey, and Sam Potter. And the Chinooks broadcast team, Josh Salem and Wyatt Weewell. Joining us to sing our national anthem tonight, please welcome to Lee Jordan Field, our good friend, Victoria Marsh.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave?
That is Wasilla's very own Victoria Marsh. Thank you so much for being here today. Now I want to introduce to you a good friend of mine. He is the vice president of the Chinook Booster Club. He has a very special guest. Here's Bill Stoltz.
Tonight we have a young man helping us get things started. His name is Aiden. He's 7 years old. He's a homeschooler. Aiden, help get us started here.
Play ball.
Well, we're back for another day of Chinooks baseball here at home at Lee Jordan Field. The Chinooks facing off against the Anchorage Bucs for back-to-back days, as the Chinooks will start that back-to-back day sequence with a game tonight here at 7 o'clock. And Sam Brace will take the mound for the Chinooks as we're getting started. Josh Salem here with Wyatt Weewell, and what a day it is for baseball, Wyatt.
It is beautiful. It's been really warm here in Alaska, and I hear that's not normal.
It's not normal, and coming from a guy who's from Texas, Dallas, Texas, and we get the heat down there. this is right at home for me, It's still not all the way up there as it is in Texas, but for here, it's definitely humid and definitely hot. Again, the Chinooks play tonight against the Bucs. We'll play tomorrow against the Bucs, and then they have 2 days off before the Bucs come here again for one final homestand on Sunday. That game beginning at 2 o'clock. Starting lineup for the Bucs: Cole Tate leads off as the second baseman. Batting second, Chad Castillo, the left fielder. Batting third is Blake Paw, the right fielder. Cheney Rogers hits fourth in the designated hitter. Ryan Sullivan, the first baseman in the 5-hole. Jason Vanderbrake, the center fielder, bats sixth. Batting seventh, Victor Cherney, the catcher. Braxton Brofin, the third baseman, will bat eighth. And Taishi Nakawaki, the shortstop, hits ninth. They will all face Sam Brace as Cole Tate steps into the right-hander's batter's box. And Tate hitting .235 this season. Takes strike one from Sam Brace. Brace coming out of Lawrence Tech University. And this weather a little shocking for him as well, as it's not as warm up there. Capped foul, an 0-2 count here from Brace. Scott Johnston, the first base umpire tonight. Third base umpire Stacy Dunbar and Tom Swoboda behind the plate. And fouled off again, an 0-2 pitch. Cole Tate coming out of Bishop, Georgia, 6'2", 195 sophomore at the University of Georgia. He's got a few teammates on the team as well. That pitch just missing low. Good pitch to miss with for Brace. The windup, the 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike three for Cole Tate, and he will start off this game with a swinging strikeout for out number one. Congratulations to Vanderbilt as they defeated Michigan in the championship. Had to force game 3. Michigan won the first game, and then the Vanderbilt ended up taking the next, and then also won today's game. So congratulations to that ball club. Fastball well off the plate, and ball one here to the left-hander Chad Castillo. Lefty-on-lefty matchup with Castillo. And we'll pause here for a moment as a ball came all the way back here behind home plate, and Blake Paw will have to come over and grab it. Right-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Bucs, who we will see in the bottom half of the inning, is Brett Finnell. 1-0 pitch, and big swing and a miss there. Strike one. Some numbers on Sam Brace. He's making his 5th start, 18 and 2/3 innings coming in, 21 hits given up, 8 runs, 6 of which have been earned, a 2.89 ERA. 27 strikeouts, just picked up his 28th for out number one of this ball game. He does have a 9 strikeouts. He picked up his 10th, and he's got a 1-0 record right now. He's trying to lengthen that to 2 wins, pick up his second win of the season. And chopped foul first base side, 1-2 count. Sam Brace, a very unique motion coming towards home, but little 3-quarter action as he works in the off-speed, just missing off the plate. Good take on the outside part. That pitch fouled away as well. Patty McCormick over to give the home plate umpire some baseballs. 2-2 count, 1 out. 1 out was via the strikeout against Cole Tate to start off the ball game. And now the left-hander Chad Castillo is in the box. He'll poke one foul down the left field line. It's going to tail over the bullpen for the Chinooks and send a kid chasing after it. Zach Sundine pitched yesterday and picked up the loss. He's got a 1-2 record on the season. Ground ball, line drive hit down the right field line. It's extra bases as it just was barely fair. Picked up by Hayden Keller. They're going to wave him around. There'll be a throw to third, and it'll be just late as Brace was covering. And so that'll be a 1-out triple by Chad Castillo. Castillo, the 5th best hitter in the league right now, .338 hitter, and has 23 hits now in the league. That is the second most in the league at this current time. Brace just left a fastball in and upstairs, but a tough pitch to hit as well. Castillo turning on it. And that pitch is swung on by Blake Paul. Some numbers on Blake. He is a 200 hitter. He was one of the top hitters on the team originally. When they started out, he's got 3 home runs of the 9 for the Bucs. Bucs lead in home runs this season. But the last time these two teams matched up, Chinooks got 2 home runs in the game. Hayden Keller with 1, and Brandon Cody picked up his first, Keller second. That was at Anchorage. And a tough loss for the Chinooks. Have not beaten the Bucs just yet. Pop up on the infield. Going over is Ethan English. He'll get called off as it'll be an out made by Mason Corbett. And that's a big out at that. Ethan English lost the ball, and it's a good thing Corbett called for it there because English was looking right into the sun. Make you nervous at all, Wyatt, right there?
It did. It didn't look like anybody knew where it was for a second.
Well, it's a big out, and now to bring up the left-hander Cheney Rogers, designated hitter. Rogers, a 158 hitter for the team of the everyday guys. He has the lowest batting average, making his 14th 14th game, 38 at bats so far, 6 hits. 8 runs and 2 home runs as well. The 1-0 pitch is going to be in the dirt. J. Paul Fullerton defensively will keep it in front. 2-0 count. Chinooks defense tonight, it's Jake Collins in left field, Jess Davis in center, right field Hayden Keller, and on the infield, Jack D'Amelio at third base, Dylan Gardner at shortstop. At second, Mason Corbett just made the last out, and Ethan English at first. Behind the plate, J. Paul Fullerton, and on the mound, Sam Brace. Chinooks trying to strand the 1-out triple from Chad Castillo. Big swing and a miss. Good fastball that hit the lower third. Cheney Rogers, one player we haven't really, we've seen him a few times in the games that the Chinooks have played. Payoff pitch, and it'll be fouled off with the off-speed. Rogers coming out of Ringgold, Georgia, and he is a teammate of Colt Tate, who made the first out in the inning via the strikeout. Rogers coming out of the University of Georgia, part of the Bulldogs there, and also in his sophomore year. The payoff pitch with a 2-2 count. Curve ball inside. Fullerton framing it. Ball 3. The only other Bulldog on the team at the University of Georgia is Shane Marshall, one of the 3 catchers. And Marshall coming out of Naples, Florida. He's not in the lineup tonight. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Payoff pitch. And ball 4. Just ran inside, tried to get Rogers to swing, and now to bring up Ryan Sullivan to face Sam Brace. Runners on the corners here. And the potential first run could come in 90 feet away at third base on the 1-out triple by Chad Castillo. 1 hit in the inning, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and Sullivan comes up to the plate. Sullivan, a .352 hitter, and right now sits in 4th place in the ABL in hitting with a .352 average. 11 RBIs for his team, 2 home runs, 7 runs scored himself, and 19 hits and 54 bats. Chops one to the third base side, foul down the line. And that'll be fielded by Brian Cardone. Brian pitched in yesterday's game. We likely won't see him tonight. Sullivan a big out here for the Chinooks, trying to get their offense going in the bottom half of the inning. Pickoff attempt to first, and that'll send Cheney Rogers back in safely standing up. Chinooks are wearing the navy jerseys, red lettering, all red hats with some guys with red stirrups and black on the bottom of them, white pants as it's black jerseys, gray pants, and gold on the jerseys as well for the Bucs. Off the plate, a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Well, we haven't seen Brace hit a strike with his off speed yet. He'll try and settle in, develop that in to his repertoire tonight. Brace did throw a no-hitter this past season. And the delivery. Hit hard to left field. That'll be a base hit. 1 run is going to come in. Jake Collins will pick it up, an RBI single for Ryan Sullivan. And that's where a potential walk in a lefty-on-lefty matchup comes around to hurt you. The Bucs with the 1-0 lead. Brings in Chad Castillo. First run, now it's a 1-0 ball game, and Jason Vanderbrake comes up next. Vanderbrake, 303 hitter. 2 doubles, 1 home run. Fastball just missing inside. Five individual guys have a home run on the team, and 2 of them have 2 home runs. 1 with 3 is Blake Paw. Paw flew out to second base for out number 2. Runners on first and second. Brace, the high leg kick, delivery, and big swing and a miss from Vanderbrake. Sullivan singling in the first run of the ballgame. Chad Castillo had the triple, 2 hits in the inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Off speed there, and it apparently misses up. So it'll be a 2-1 count. No look at second. Delivery. Big swing from Vanderbrake. He'll swing through it. Justin's coming out of Yakima, Yakima, Washington. 6'0" sophomore at Tacoma Community College. Yakima. Wyatt, you heard Yakima before?
I haven't heard of Yakima before.
Yakima, that's a new one. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Missing low, good block by Fullerton. Runners will be on the move here as it's a full count to Vanderbrake. Sullivan at first. At second base, Chaney Rogers. A walk and then an RBI single. And a big pitch awaiting for Vanderbrake. Vanderbrake with 9 strikeouts this season. Can he make it 10 here? And can the Chinooks get into the bottom of the first with only giving up 1 run? Payoff pitch. Hit hard to left field. Jake Collins will run in on it. He's underneath it, and he'll make the grab. 2 runners stranded, but an RBI single from Ryan Sullivan makes it a 1-0 lead. When we come back, we'll give you the Chinooks starting lineup as they'll be facing off against Brett Fennell for the Bucs. Well, we are back for the bottom of the first, 1-0. Chinooks trailing the Anchorage Bucs after giving up a run with 2 outs in the first, a single from Ryan Sullivan, and they're leading. The standings for you currently are the Anchorage Bucs at 13-5, the Matsu Miners 10-8, Anchorage Glacier Pilots 9-8, the Peninsula Oilers 7-12, a half game ahead of the Chinooks at 6-12. Chinooks looking for a big win over the number one ranked 13-5, I believe is what it was, the Bucs, and Chinooks trying to climb back in this one. They've got a lot of season left, but can't lengthen themselves too far out. They're 7 games behind first place, and I mean, it's going to definitely be tough to climb all the way back into first, but there is a lot of season left. We've seen stranger things happen. And leading off, Mason Corbett, the second baseman, will step in to face Brett Fennell. Jess Davis bats second as the center fielder. Poke foul and out of play. Batting third, J. Paul Fullerton, the catcher. Ethan English hits fourth at first base. Hayden Keller, the right fielder, will hit fifth. Jake Collins, the left fielder, hits sixth. Trevor Cho, the designated hitter, in the 7th spot. Jack D'Amelio at third base as the 8-hole, and cleaning up the lineup, Dylan Gardner, the shortstop. Cap to the first base side, 0-2 count here from Brett Fennell. Fennell comes out of Riverside, California, 6'4" freshman at Cal Baptist University. This season, he's got a 1-0 record with only 3 doubles given up and a 5 ERA. Off speed, strike 3 called, will catch Mason Corbett for out number 1 looking. Worked in the backdoor curveball, and it must have just missed the side as it'll bring up Jess Davis. Some more numbers on Fennell. He's making his 3rd start and 3rd appearance. He's only pitched 9 innings this season, giving up 9 hits and 5 earned runs. 4 walks to his 4 strikeouts. He just picks up his 5th of the season. Fastball way out. It'll be ball 1. That pitch is going to be low. It'll be a 2-0 count. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Chinooks gave up 2 hits in the first inning to the Bucs. That chopped down the first base line, just foul. Good play by Sullivan. And covering was Fennell, but Jess Davis does have speed, and he makes things interesting because of it. Cal Baptist University Lancers. They hold the freshman pitcher of Brett Fennell. Not many mascots around the country are Lancers. Tailing away down the left field line, and it's going to be out of reach of the left fielder. And bounce right into the fence as it'll tie the count up at 2-2. Chad Castillo scored the first run of the ball game, and he couldn't come around to grabbing that one, just out of reach. So we'll work in a 2-2 count here, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Curveball, and it'll be swung on and hit to center from Jess Davis. Sitting back on it, first hit for the Chinooks, who want to try and tie this ball game down a run here. J. Paul Fullerton, he's really heated up the last few games. He'd like to take this forward and move in his UAB Blazer at first base as they are teammates. Jess Davis, J. Paul Fullerton. 2 other teammates from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Tyler O'Clair, he will start tomorrow's game. He'll start in 2 days. Michael Barker will get the start tomorrow. Pickoff attempt to first. Jess Davis safely sliding in. Davis likes to get good jumps over there at first base. He's been caught a few times on pickoff moves. We saw it a few days ago. Does have 7 stolen bases this season. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Davis 7 for 10 this season in stolen base attempts. Had the 2nd most stolen bases in the NCAA this past season. Upstairs again, 2-0. On deck is Ethan English. Defensively for the Bucs, it's the left fielder Chad Castillo, and center field Jason Vanderbrake, right fielder Blake Paw, and from third base to first, we'll give it to you after this pitch. Next pitch is off the plate, 3-0 count here to J. Paul Fullerton. Braxton Brofin at third base, shortstop Taishi Nakawaki, second baseman Cole Tate, and first Ryan Sullivan, behind the plate Victor Cherney. 3-0 count, 1 out. The delivery. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk from Brett Fennell. And so that'll put the tying run in scoring position. Ethan English will be up next. Hayden Keller on deck.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 24, the first baseman, Ethan English.
English will look for a good pitch here that he can just hammer. Hit a few hard yesterday, just hit them too high to left field. And first pitch strike right in the front door from the curveball. Fennel will come set. Check of Jess Davis at second. And cap to third base. Jess Davis, the throw to second there. The throw to first, and he's going to be safe. So almost avoiding there the double play. It'll bring up Hayden Keller. Runners will be on the corners on the fielder's choice out. Fielded by Braxton Brofin. Got the out on the throw down to Cole Tate, second baseman covering, but throw not in time to Ryan Sullivan. So it's just a fielder's choice. 5-4. And so with 2 outs now, Hayden Keller will look for a big hit. Ball 1 up and out. Brett Fennell trying to avoid giving up a run here. He'll come set. 1-0 count. Swung on and fouled down the first base line. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit in the inning. Chinooks looking for an RBI base hit here. Jess Davis, 90 feet away at third. Jake Collins on deck. And Ethan English at first base. Off the plate, tried to work in a changeup, 2-1 count. Keller, best hitter on the team, .323 average, 20 hits this season. Shortly behind him with 19 now is Jess Davis at third base. Chop to the second baseman. This might do it, as Hayden Keller is out by 2 steps. Chinooks will strand 2 runners, but they do get a hit and a walk in the inning. We'll go to the second inning, as it'll be Victor Cherney, Braxton Brofin, and Taishi Nakawaki facing off against Sam Brace. When we come back, you're listening to Chinooks Baseball. Well, Victor Cherney will lead off the inning. 1-0 lead in favor of the Bucs here after getting a run in the first. Chinooks had a runner on first and third last inning, couldn't get him in. Pops it up into right field, and underneath it is Hayden Keller. He'll make the grab for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Brings up Braxton Brofin, third baseman for the Bucs, and Braxton coming out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, freshman at University of OU. As an infielder tonight, Braxton finds himself playing third. Strike 1, as he'll take it on the outer third. 9-hole Taishi Nakawaki, the shortstop for the Bucs, on deck. And strike 2, enter third. And that's going to actually hit him in the back of the foot as out in front, 0-2 count, and just works on a curveball behind him. We saw that yesterday from Sundine. Just overthrows it, and Braxton Brofin will wear it right in the foot. Brings up Taishi Nakawaki, the shortstop. Taishi's coming out of Torrance, California, a sophomore at El Camino Community College. His first pitch is going to get away on a wild pitch from Sam Brace. Last two pitches, Brace has just been wild on. Going to have to reset with himself. An insurance run out at second base. Chinooks lost 9-0 yesterday. Just couldn't get things going offensively. They've got one hit tonight already in the first from Jess Davis. Couldn't bring in a run. Brace's next pitch, bunt shown, and just going to get in there on strike one, a 1-1 count. Nakawaki, 167 hitter, 2 doubles, and out of his 8 hits this season, 48 at-bats, 3 RBIs, 6 walks, and 13 strikeouts. Ground ball, third base side foul down to the bullpen. Michael Barker will come out of the bullpen to block that up. 1-2 count, 1 out. Payoff pitch here to the right-hander on the delivery. Missing inside for a ball. 2-2 count, 1 out. Head coach for the Bucs is Grant Palmer. Big 2-2 pitch. Pops it up to left field. Jake Collins goes a few steps back in retreat and will make the grab. No tag as Braxton Brofin will stay put at second base. And the top of the order comes back around with Cole Tate, who struck out in his first at-bat. Sam Brace coming out of Metamora, Illinois, senior at Lawrence Tech University. Going to be there in the fall for his final season. 6'5", 250, and his second year down in the ABL for the Chinooks. First pitch here, poked foul and out of play. Brace coming set here, 0-1 count, 2 outs. Looking for something low in the zone, maybe get a ground out, and it'll be just past the diving glove into left field. They're going to wave him around. It'll be picked up by Jake Collins to throw home. Will it be on time? It will not. And a second run is in, 1 in each inning on the rollover ground ball to left field. Just got past Jack D'Amelio at third base, and there's your flyover for the game. As one of the planes just happens to fly over right here. An RBI single with 2 outs, a second time that's happened for the Bucs tonight. And all because of the hit by pitch. Chinooks are shooting themselves in the foot. Fastball low and away to the left-hander Chad Castillo, who tripled in his first at-bat to right field. And he'll chop one to second base. It'll be bobbled by Mason Corbett, and now runners on first and third as it's an error for Mason Corbett. He kind of came in casually, expecting to field it, and it took a quick hop on him.
Yep, took a quick hop, and he didn't have himself prepared for that one.
So now the first error we've seen in the game keeps the inning alive. Now for the 3-hole to come up, Blake Paw. Paw, a fly out to second base. 1 hit in the inning now for the Bucs, and Mason Corbett just struggling there to field the ground ball. He had a tough day yesterday in left field as well, but he hasn't seen outfield for this team at all this season. Hit hard to center, Jess Davis retreating back. He's got a long way to go. He'll reach up and make the grab. And Davis has made a lot of big catches, as that'll be a fly out to center in the scorebook. Only one run given up. Could have been way worse. It's 2-0 when we come back. 6, 7, 8. Jake Collins, Trevor Cho, Jack D'Amelio will face off against Brett Fennell. Jay Collins will lead off this inning. He'll have a check swing, but will not go around. It's ball one. Sam Potter trots over to first base, assistant coach for the Chinooks. Third base coach, John Groth, and head coach for the Chinooks. 1-0 pitch. Out in front swinging, and it was low and away. Collins likes to get he's trigger happy to hit the ball to the other to the pull side towards left field. He's had some big hits, and if a pitcher's not careful, he will give him that same spot inside. And Collins has a chance to just drive in a big gapper. 2-1 count, and advantage to Collins. Hits one to the left side, and what did I just say?
5-6 hole.
5-6 hole, as it'll be a base hit for Jake Collins. He'll stay put at first. Second hit for the Chinooks, and the leadoff guy is on for the first time tonight. And that pitch was still away as well. He reached for it and pushed it right past the third baseman, Braxton Brofin, and shortstop, Taishi Nakawaki. And even if Nakawaki gets there, there's no way he makes that play against Jake Collins. Hit perfectly between the two. Brings up the left-hander Trevor Cho. Does not swing around. Check swing, and ball one. On deck, Jack D'Amelio, third baseman for the Chinooks. Chinooks down 2-0. And taking upstairs again, 2-0 count. Well, the last situation in the first where we saw a leadoff guy or a guy get on, Jess Davis singled. It was a 4-pitch walk to J. Paul Fullerton. Sliding in safely is Collins. Sullivan lays down the tag. And up and inside, ball three. 3-0 count, no outs. And I imagine here Trevor Cho is going to be taking Jack D'Amelio on deck with Dylan Gardner, who'd be up after him. Chinooks desperately need to get a run here. Pickoff attempt, and Collins safe again. Inside, called for a strike, and so Trevor Cho will stay put. Thought that one ran a little bit too far in, but Tom Swoboda said no. 3-1 count, no outs. And that one's upstairs, a 5-pitch walk. We'll put on Trevor Cho, and the Chinooks have a runner in scoring position in Jake Collins.
And for the last few nights, the Chinooks have done a pretty good job of getting guys on the base paths and trying to manufacture runs, but they just haven't been able to drive them in.
Yeah, let's see what Jack D'Amelio can do here. He gets his signs from John Groth, and Chinooks would like to move up those runners with Dylan Gardner on deck. Mason Corbett behind him. Bunt shown. Pulled back, strike one on the curveball. Had a late break and looked like it crossed upstairs, but a good looping strike for Brett Fennell. Pickoff attempt. Throw is wide. Great catch from Taishi Nakawaki. And they're going to throw him out at third base as Jake Collins is out of the lane. And what a catch by Taishi Nakawaki as Trevor Cho does move up to second to get in scoring position. But not what you want to see right there for the Chinooks. They're just running themselves off the bases. Chinooks have not been able to capitalize yesterday in a 9-0 loss when they had a leadoff triple from Hayden Keller. Really was the deciding factor. With no outs, triple from Hayden Keller, can't get him in. Curveball there, strike two to D'Amelio. 0-2 count, 1 out. I don't know what Jake was thinking out at second. Had a big lead, but didn't get back on the pickoff attempt. You got to know where the shortstop is. Low and away, ball one. Jack coming out of Hillsborough, California, sophomore at Pomona Pitzer Colleges. And he's going to poke one to right field for a base hit. Will they wave around Trevor Cho? They'll hold him. And that would have put the bases loaded on a base hit for Jack D'Amelio. And now it'll bring up Dylan Gardner. Jack with a base hit, and he's been thriving since coming in just a week ago. So we'll recap the inning for you. It was a single for Jake Collins. He advanced to second on the walk from Trevor Cho. And then Jake got picked off of second base. Cho moved up to second. The single from Jack D'Amelio, runners on the corners here. And that's strike one to Dylan Gardner. Mason Corbett on deck, struck out looking in the first on 3 pitches. Oklahoma State Cowboy still looking for his first hit this season. He'll hit a ground ball to second base. It's going to be scooped up and thrown to first, but D'Amelio will reach to second on the RBI ground out to make it a 2-1 ball game.
He didn't get the hit, but that's a close second to get an RBI in a close game like this.
Yeah, it's a big time RBI for Cole Tate fielding it, throwing to first. It looked like he had time to turn to throw to second, but he rightfully so just throws it to first. And now Mason Corbett could pick up an RBI hit here, bring in Jack D'Amelio, make it a 2-2 ball game. Trevor Cho, coming in for the first run. Ball one thrown. Chop to the first base side, foul. For Dylan Gardner, that is his first RBI of the season. A 1-1 count here to Mason Corbett. Corbett has reached in every game he's played this season. Can he reach here? Try and bring in a runner of Jack D'Amelio to tie this ball game. Delivery. Curveball way up and outside. You could tell is immediately after Fennell released it. It was going to be a curveball, and it looped way up and outside. 2-1 count. Big swing and a miss. Would have been ball 3. It's now a 2-2 count. On deck, Jess Davis singled in his first at-bat. Jess Davis, only one game he has not reached in this season. Poke foul and out of play. Good swing from Corbett. Fielding-wise, Bucs do not make a lot of errors. Chinooks have made 19 this season to the 13 for the Bucs. Chop to second base. It'll be fielded by the second baseman, Cole Tate. He'll throw to first, and the out made. Chinooks will strand one, but they do get a hit in the inning, two hits in the inning and a walk, and a tough break as they ran themselves off of another run. Could have tied the ball game up. It's 2-1. The Chinooks trailing the Bucs when we come back. Chinooks get a run in the bottom of the second inning. It's a 2-1 ball game. Bucs leading the Chinooks. 2 hits last inning. Jake Collins, Jack D'Amelio, and then a walk, Trevor Cho. But one run came in on the ground out from Dylan Gardner. Strike one from the left-hander Sam Brace, facing off against Cheney Rogers here in the third inning. Rogers walked on a full count in his last at-bat. Curveball missing upstairs, a 1-1 count, no outs. Brace really has only struggled in the category of walks. That's strike two. Good fastball painting in, and it'll be a 1-2 count here to lead off this inning. Has been successful in getting the first two outs, or the first out of the first 2 innings, and then ultimately gave up a 2-out hit. Strikeout for Cheney Rogers will be the second for Sam Brace. Chinooks will throw it around here. Out number 1 in the inning, and Ryan Sullivan, who had the RBI single in his first at-bat, comes up for a second time. Again, the Bucs have been able to produce in the first 2 innings a 2-out single that has brought in a run. But other than that, they haven't been able to add any more, so that's a plus for the Chinooks. Curveball there, misses upstairs to the tall righty. Ryan Sullivan out of Aurora, Colorado, a junior at Gonzaga University, 6'5", right-hander. Head coach Grant Palmer is the third base coach for the Bucs. One count there, misses away. I believe the first base coach is Robert Macaluso. Jerry McClanahan, an assistant coach as well. And a 3-1 count here to Sullivan. In every inning, it's been for Sam Brace, there has been a hit by pitch or a walk. And in both of those innings, it's come around to hurt the Chinooks. That is somewhere going to miss, and so it'll be a 5-pitch walk. Why? Do you know where that missed?
It looked like it was inside. I think J. Paul was set up just a little off the plate in there.
You had a better look at it than I did, I guess. I knew that strike-wise it was definitely not high.
No, it wasn't high. I
Definitely
think
was
it
not
missed
high.
inside.
Yeah. That's second walk issued by Brace today. Jason Vanderbrake up next. Flew out to left field in his first at-bat to end the first inning. Wind up and pitch here out in front, strike one. Vanderbrake, almost a free swinger here, coming out of Tacoma Community College. Hits one hard to left field, and it twists up Jake Collins. He won't get to it. And so that's extra bases. Collins will pick it up. The throw is in. Will there be a relay home in time? And no, there will not. So again, because of a walk or a hit by pitch, it comes around to score. It's 3-1. This time, Jason Vanderbrake able to belt a double over the head of Jake Collins, who misplays it a little bit, just continued to carry over his head. Collins, the typical catcher for the Chinooks, but usually you'll see Hayden Keller in left field. Brandon Cody is down hurt right now. Runner at second. Pitch is in the dirt. Good job by Fullerton to scoop it up. Chinooks have given up a run in every single inning. They will have the 2, 3, 4 holes up in the bottom half of this one to face Finnell. One 0 pitch. Chopped to third base, out of reach of Jack D'Amelio, and foul. So one's across the board here in the top of the third inning. 1 run already in. First run that's scored with only 1 out. Runner going. The throw will not be made as Brace picked up, and a stolen base for Vanderbrake. Had a great jump And that was one where we thought we were going to see Sam Brace do an inside move. Chinooks cannot afford to give up 2 runs here. Brace on the 2-1 delivery. Ground ball, third base, base hit. That's going to be extra bases, and the inning will continue with at least a double, as it'll be thrown into third base, a stand-up double, and RBI double for Victor Cherry. So the bleeding continues for the Chinooks, and they're down 4-1. Vanderbrake coming in to score the second run in the inning. It's the fourth, and back-to-back hits after the walk brings up Braxton Brofin. Got down 0-2 and took a hit by pitch right into his ankle. Maybe not even his ankle. It might have just nicked a spike on his back cleat. Curveball, first pitch, strike 1. Out in front and swinging through the fastball away. Good pitch from Sam Brace. Way ahead with the 0-2 pitch. Lefted right to over the middle of the plate, and thankfully Brofin was a little late with it. Mishit it on his bat, and it's a line out to the shortstop for out number 2. 0-2 pitch right down the middle. Not exactly where Sam Brace was trying to throw it, I don't think, Wyatt.
I don't think so, but it worked out for him in the end, and that's baseball for you.
Taishi Nakawaki, a fly out to left field in his first at bat. First pitch here, swung on, ground ball to shortstop. Garner coming in, will field it, the throw to first, and the stretch from Ethan English, the out made. 2 runs in the inning, though, on a walk and 2 doubles. Jason Vanderbrake, Victor Cherney, and when we come back, it's 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the third inning, the Chinooks trailing the Bucs. Jess Davis to lead off the bottom of the third inning here. Chinooks gave up 2 in the top half of the inning, and it's 4-1 now. 2 hits in that inning as well. It's 5-3 in that category, and the Bucs ahead of the Chinooks. Davis, Fullerton, English, 3 batters here to face off against Fennel. First pitch, bunt shown, laid foul as it'll keep Davis in the box. Third baseman playing back at the time, Braxton Brofin. Davis with good speed if he can get it down the third base line, but he will not attempt likely again. An 0-1 count, no outs. Brofin even with the bag. Ground ball hit hard to the second baseman. He'll slide. It's off his glove, and that's going to be a hit for Jess Davis. He's reaching twice today as a tough play by the second baseman, Cole Tate, to slide over on the turf, and with the speed of Jess Davis after it goes in and out of the glove. That's going to be a base hit. So runner on first base, a 4-1 score. Second time the Chinooks have led off with an inning with a base hit. And strike one to J. Paul Fullerton, who walked on 4 pitches in his first at-bat. Pickoff attempt there, scooped up by Sullivan at first base. In jeopardy of throwing it away. 0-1 count, no outs. Fullerton, one we are still looking for a home run from. Chopped foul, and it'll make it an 0-2 count. One of the coaching staff for the Bucs out to retrieve it. Throw it back to Ethan English on the one hop, who's on deck. Davis not going. Smashed down the first base line, and I don't think that's exactly where Fennell was trying to throw it. Inside, inner half to J. Paul Fullerton, who earlier this week against the Oilers, I believe, on the 24th of June, when the Chinooks picked up that 6-5 win, he had the opposite field base hit. Davis at first base, reaching by the single, high leg kick, fastball up and away. Ball 1. Davis, some numbers stealing-wise. Again, he has had 48, I believe, this year, second most in the NCAA. Upstairs, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Davis not going there, and coming from behind the plate, Victor Cherney thought about the throw. Will Davis go in motion here with a full count to the left-hander Fullerton. Delivery home. Pops it up in foul territory, going over is Sullivan. He's right next to the first base dugout and will make the grab over his head. And that would have been ball 4, but instead it's a fly out. It'll bring up Ethan English. You like the aggressiveness of Fullerton. That pitch he turned around and asked the home plate umpire after it was caught by Sullivan if that was a ball, and home plate umpire said yes, sir. So that will be the first out of the inning. And Ethan English up next. Pickoff attempt to first, sliding in safely, Jess Davis. One out in the inning now. Pickoff again. This time, a good job by Sullivan, as it was almost thrown away for a second time. Sullivan has a long wingspan, and able to corral that pitch. Nab it before it goes away and puts Jess Davis. Runner going, and a stolen base for Jess Davis going on the curveball. So Davis will pick up his 8th stolen base of the season.
And Josh, for a little context on his 48 stolen bases, UAB only played 56 games this year. So that's almost 1 per game.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And, I'm sure many of those games he had multiple, if not 3 or 4. So 0-2 count, 1 out here as Ethan English trying to compete at the plate here. Grounded into a fielder's choice. Hit off the end of the bat. That's going to fall in on the left side. Jess Davis had to hold up and wait for it to fall. Ethan English will round first base, stay there, and it's runners on first and third. Davis wasn't sure if it was going to be caught by the shortstop, and from here we knew it was going to drop, but unfortunately the Nooks didn't, and runners on the corners here brings up Hayden Keller. Well, both pitchers, Sam Brace and Brett Fennell, have missed pitches tonight when they've been up in the count, and Chinooks trying to make them pay for it as well. They're down 3 runs, 4-1. Inside, ball 1. out in front, and a curveball that Hayden Keller swung through. It'll work at 1-1 count, 1 out. And that pitch way out, 2-1 count, 1 out. Hayden Keller looking for a couple of RBIs and bring the Chinooks back in this one. Hit hard to left field. Will it be out of reach of the center fielder? It will not. It should be an RBI sac fly, though, as he'll just get it in. Good job by Hayden Keller to bring in the second run. Jess Davis coming in to score. Brings up Jake Collins with Ethan English at first base. Now 4-2 the score. Chinooks were actually down 4-1 in the last game. Came back the last time these two teams met up and scored 5 runs in the from the 4th and 6th innings combined. Ball 1. Picked up another run in the 7th and gave up 4 in the bottom half of the 7th that ultimately lost the game. Hit hard to the shortstop and makes a diving catch. Taishi Nakawaki with the stab and robs a base hit from Jake Collins, but the Chinooks do get a run on 2 hits in the inning. Jess Davis coming around to score on Hayden Keller's RBI sac fly. It's 4-2 when we come back for the top of the 4th inning. The Anchorage Bucs will have the top of the order up with Cole Tate. Cole Tate will step up. He had an RBI single back in the 2nd. Chinooks are trailing 4-2, but do get a run back in the bottom of the 3rd. Sam Bray still pitching out on the mound. He'll work the windup and the pitch, missing low and inside. Strikeout for Cole Tate in the 1st, the Georgia Bulldog. That pitch missing low as well, 2-0 count. And a 3-0 count here. Now Sam Brace falling behind here in jeopardy of giving up another walk. The walk that led off the base running in the 3rd came around to score, and it's going to be a strike at the lower 3rd. Well, it's a 5-pitch walk, and that'll be the 3rd issued by Sam Brace today. Cole Tate on as the leadoff brings up Chad Castillo. Has reached both times and reached by error in his last at-bat. Ground out to second base and then had a triple in the 1st, scored the 1st run. Lefty on lefty matchup again for Castillo and Brace. The delivery home. Off speed and that misses away. Can't afford to put too many insurance runners on base. Pickoff attempt to first and safely standing up. Cole Tate read it easily. Tate, 1 for 2 this season in stolen base attempts. Poked up and out of play on the fastball that ran in. 1-1 count, no outs. Chinooks looking for a ground ball double play. Had one yesterday. Have had their successes with double plays this season. Can they get one here? Hit hard to left center. It's going to tail away from Jess Davis. Will he be able to run it down? He will. So that will send the runner back to first on the long fly out from Chad Castillo. Blake Paw up next has 2 flyouts today. One to center field that ended the second inning, and then one in his first at bat that retired the second out in the first inning on a fly out to Mason Corbett at second base. Paw, most home runs on the team with 3. Pickoff attempt, no good. 5 hits for either team, 4 runs for the 4 runs for the Bucs and 2 for the Chinooks. Runner going, and it's going to be a throw down to second. Will it be in time? The tag applied, and he's safe. So now 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Got a great jump. Brace quickly trying to deliver it. Good throw from J. Paul Fullerton on the money, but ball 1 to Paw, and the runner in scoring position. Chinooks cannot, at all costs, give up a run in this inning. Ground ball to shortstop. Runner's going to go. The throw will not be to third. The throw is to first, and the out made. I think Dylan Gardner had an easy chance to get him out at third base, and in that situation, I probably would have done it. But all the same, we did see Pate Fullerton yesterday had one slip out of his hand trying to do the same thing, so he gets the for sure out, and he'll bring up Cheney Rogers, who struck out swinging in his to open up the third. And he walked in his first at bat. He's got a lefty-on-lefty matchup as well.
I think if there were no outs in the inning, he would have definitely gone to third. But
yeah,
having one down, being able to just get one more force play is a lot easier than getting 2 more outs.
Oh, and it's a heads-up play all the same, even if you're getting an out, you know. And if the first guy is on third base via the walk, that's not your fault. That pitch is strike 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Good frame job by J. Paul Fullerton. Few inches off the plate.
Corbin Barker is starting to get loose in the bullpen for the Chinooks.
Off-speed misses away, and that's not a good sign for Sam Brace right now because you want him to get as far as he can into the game. I don't think we will see Corbin Barker next inning. It'll come down to pitch counts, but I think that we might see him in the 6th. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Sam Brace trying to do everything he can to stay in there. He's looking for a big strikeout. Just an out in general to keep that runner in and have a runner stranded for the Bucs without coming in and scoring a spotless inning, so to speak, in the 4th, if he can get it here. The delivery. Missing low, full count, 2 outs here. And you don't want to face Sullivan, who's reached both times, a walk and an RBI single. You're trying to get it with Rogers here. The payoff pitch. Hit off the end of the bat to shallow left field. Coming in and going to let it in fall in front of him is Jake Collins, as that'll be a 2-out base hit from Cheney Rogers, and another run scores. It's 5-2. And I'm telling you, it's the walks right now and hit by pitches that are killing Sam Brace on the mound. He's done a great job pitching around the hits, but bloopers like that can come around to cost you whenever you give up walks and hit by pitches. Cole Tate scoring for first time tonight. Fastball misses upstairs to Sullivan. 1 run given up in the first, 1 in the second, 2 last inning, and 1 here in the top of the 4th. One 0 pitch is up even higher. 2-0 count. Sullivan walked on 5 pitches, didn't have to take the bat off his shoulder in his last at bat. Then he came around to score. Got the first run in the third. Ground ball, third base, fielded by D'Amelio. He'll throw to second on the force. 1 hit in the inning, 1 run as well, and 1 walk that came around to score. When we come back, it's 5-2. Chinooks looking to add more than just 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Going into the bottom of the 4th, Chinooks gave up a run in the top half of the inning. It's 5-2. Bucs ahead of the Chinooks. Only a 1-hit difference, 6 hits for the Bucs, 1 for the Chinooks. But the walks and hit by pitches have been adding up for the Bucs. Trevor Cho walked in his first at bat. He's up for a second time around here in the 4th. Cho scored the first run of the ball game. Inside and upstairs, ball 1. On deck, Jack D'Amelio, single in his first at bat. Ball 2 upstairs. Fennell so far has given up 2 runs, the 1 in the last 2 innings. Off the plate, 3-1 count. Can Cho lead off this inning with a walk and potentially come around again? The delivery. Upstairs, a 5-pitch walk. Trevor Cho on again.
It looks like his eyes are better after the last couple of
You
days
know?
of them bothering him.
With the allergies up here, it really hit him. He had an allergy attack, and he's doing a lot better. He's able to take balls, and
He's seen 2 walks.
he has. And
Just
to be honest, though, some of those pitches are not that close. Jack D'Amelio up next, singled to right field in his first at bat. Pickoff attempt to first, and safely in is Cho. Jack D'Amelio came in 231 hitter. Had 1 at bat yesterday and is now 4 for 14. Curveball low, a 1-0 count. In Jack's first at bat as a Chinook, first game as a Chinook, he had the RBI single against the Bucs. This was actually the first game he played against the Bucs. It was his first game as a Chinook. Strike 1, enter third, a 1-1 count. That was back on Monday. He's been here just over a week and a half. Chop to the left side, and hustling hard is D'Amelio. He'll be out by a step. Does move up the runner to second base, but got a little bit out in front. And that's going to bring up Dylan Gardner. Good play by the defender Braxton Brofin, third base for the Bucs. Tough break by D'Amelio as he's just caught out. Ball 1 upstairs to Dylan Garner, the left-handed hitter. And he's looking for a big RBI base hit. Picked up his first RBI of the season earlier, brought in the second run. And that pitch, strike 1 on the corner. Brought in the first run. The 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. On deck is Mason Corbett. Hit hard, but straight up to center field. Cho looks like he's going to tag from second. He's going to hustle over to third base. The throw will be late. And so 2 outs now in the inning. Can Mason Corbett bring in a third run for the Chinooks, make it a 2-run deficit again? Out made on the catch from Jason Vanderbrake. Gardner hit it hard, but just skied it to center field. Corbett looking to reach for first time today. He's got a strikeout looking in the first and a ground out to end the second. First pitch to Corbett. Curveball and off the plate, ball 1. Tried to work in the doggy door on the backside of the house, and it just didn't work. Curveball there hits the strike zone, though. Still looked to be a little off the plate, but all the same, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Upstairs, 2-1. Chinooks looking for a 2-out base hit. Corbett taking upstairs, a 3-1 count. On deck, Jess Davis has 2 hits today. 1 hit up the middle in his first at bat and an infield single in the second. 3-1 count here to Mason Corbett. The delivery. Low and in the dirt, it's going to get away. Trevor Cho on the move, and he'll come in to score. That'll be a wild pitch, and Mason Corbett will now toss his bat and head down to first base. 5-3 the score on the wild pitch. Cho scoring for a second time today. Good read by Cho. As Corbett does keep the streak alive on the walk that he has reached in every game he's played in this season. The Texas A&M Aggie. Can the Chinooks keep it going here with Jess Davis? J. Paul Fullerton on deck. Chop to the first base side, in and out of the glove of Sullivan. It's going to be a tough play at first. The throw, and he's safe. He missed the bag.
It looked like the pitcher just overstepped the bag with his right foot and stepped on it with his left, but it was late.
That's going to go as an error against Sullivan, the first baseman. It went in and out of his glove. And so it'll be runners on first and second for J. Paul Fullerton. And if Fullerton can pick up a double here, we've got a tie ball game at 5 apiece. With the speed of Jess Davis on first base, first error we have seen now for the Bucs tonight. Upstairs, ball 1 to the left-handed hitting 3-hole J. Paul Fullerton, catcher for the Chinooks. J. Paul will be a senior in the fall at University of Alabama at Birmingham. He'll look for a big pitch to hammer here. Caps one to the first base side. It's just fair, and Sullivan will take it himself. Chinooks strand 2, but do get a run back. It's 5-3. You got to have a spotless inning after you score. We're going to the top of the 5th. Can the Chinooks do it with Corbin Barker coming in to replace Sam Brace? You're listening to Chinooks Baseball on YouTube.com. Corbin into pitch. Corbin Barker to replace Sam Brace. He'll throw one first pitch. Shallow fly ball, and Jess Davis will run it down. Something I love about Jess Davis is he takes the first step back in almost every ball. Because you never know, those line drives, sometimes they'll just continue to carry over your head. And it's mixed up some guys that we've seen this season. First out made, though. Good job by Corbin Barker to get Jason Vanderbrake, who doubled in his last at-bat and scored a run.
Jess Davis almost reminds me of a younger Billy Hamilton.
I think
Able
he
to-
would love that compliment. You should tell him that.
He seems to be able to get to any ball that's hit into
It
center
does
field.
seem that way with the play he made to save the game earlier this week against the Oilers in that 6-5 victory for the Chinooks. There's no question. If you didn't see that one, go back and tune in on YouTube, and you'll check that one out. As that's one of the most difficult plays to rob a double away from Camden Vasquez with the tying run and go-ahead runners on second and third base.
I do believe that's around the 252 mark of that video if you want to go watch that.
You took it from Wyatt, so you can quote him on that one, but no, I'm playing with him. But 1-2 count, one out here as the next pitch was outside. Victor Cherney swinging through it. He had the RBI double to plate Vanderbrake back in the third. The next pitch, poked to the right side, fielded by Ethan English. He'll take it himself. So that'll be the second out, and Braxton Brofin will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today with a hit by pitch. Corbin Barker, 9 ERA, highest on the team, making his 7th appearance. Did start one game back in Kenai when the Chinooks were down on the road. In the back end of the doubleheader, he started that game. He's got an 0-1 record, one save as well. And the first pitch he throws here is ball one off the plate. Sam Brace finished the day with one hit by pitch, 3 walks, 6 hits, and 5 runs given up, 83 pitches that he threw in 4 innings. Not his best day, but he'll look for his next start to come back from that one. A 1-1 count, 2 outs. Chinook still trying to get 2 runs here. And projected-wise, Wyatt, you got the next start for Sam?
It should be at the Pilots next Wednesday on July 3rd.
Yeah, it's 7:10 start time. 1-1 count, 2 outs, and that pitch a little off the plate. It'll be a 2-1 count here with 2 outs. On deck is the 9-hole Taishi Nakawaki, as Braxton Brofin has scored a run today, one of the 5. Chinooks since the second have offensively scored. That's swung on, 2-2 count. And Chinooks have been able to score every single inning since. And this could be the first inning that the Bucs do not score. Let's see if Corbin Barker can get a big strikeout or just an out here against Brofin for it to be the 3rd out of the inning. A 3-up, 3-down inning of that. Poke foul, good pitch to Spoil from Brofin as he pokes it out of play over the first base dugout. Brofin, 182 hitter. Next pitch, curveball, and that'll be strike 3 to catch Brofin looking. As Corbin Barker comes in relief, and he gets a 3-up, 3-down inning for the first time today. First time Bucs don't score. Chinooks will have 4, 5, 6. Ethan English, Aiden Keller, and Daniel Freeman, who came in to play left field for Jake Collins last inning when we come back. Back for the bottom of the 5th inning, Ethan English will step up. Corbin Barker came in relief for Sam Brace, got a 3-up, 3-down inning. Chinooks still trail by 2. It's 5-3, but Ethan English will look for a big out here to try and just hammer a ball. He's got 1 home run this season. Chinooks trailing by a hit today, 6-5. Hits one hard to left center field, and it's going back. Is it going to be caught? It's not. It'll be in and off the glove. Ethan English will have a stand-up double. Tough play for the center fielder. Jason Vanderbrake had to run a long way, and although it tipped right off his glove, he almost jumped and reached up and couldn't make the catch, fell down, and Vanderbrake able to put Ethan English on now with the 6th hit. Puts himself in scoring position. His 2nd hit of the day, Ethan English, and starts the 5th off with a double. Brings up Hayden Keller, and he'd look to trade places with him and put himself in scoring position. First pitch is ball 1 to Hayden Keller. Keller today, RBI sac fly in his last at bat, a ground out in the first. Ground ball to the right side. Straight to the second baseman. It'll be fielded, thrown to first, and will catch Keller by a step. You move the guy over, and it will bring up Daniel Freeman for his first at bat today. Second time Keller has just missed a ground ball through the hole. Get it to right field. Trevor Cho waits on deck. Ethan English, the leadoff double. First pitch he saw, and he's now at third base. Freeman will look to bring him in on an RBI. Make it a 1-run ball game. Low and away. Good snag by Victor Cherney behind the plate. Keep it from going to the backstop. We've seen one wild pitch already that brought in Trevor Cho just an inning ago. And the delivery. That's taken for strike 1 to Daniel Freeman. Apart from the run categories, it's been 1 error for both teams, 6 hits for both teams. And Chinooks still trail by 2. Have had the opportunities there, just haven't been able to score them. Hits it hard to left field, and it's going to go back, but the left fielder underneath it will make the grab, and it's an RBI sac fly to bring in Ethan English. Chinooks playing small ball today, and they do a good job to make it a 1-run ball game now. Daniel Freeman got all of it, just a little too underneath it, and it's lifted for the out from Chad Castillo.
I don't think he'll complain about that one, though, getting an RBI in a game like this. Especially as your first at-bat of the game.
Absolutely not. And, you know, bringing in Ethan English, that was a big job by Ethan English to get the leadoff double. Now Trevor Cho up next. He'll take strike 1 on the corner. Jack D'Amelio, third baseman for the Nooks, on deck. Fastball misses upstairs. Today, Trevor Cho has walked on his 2 at-bats, both times in 5 pitches. Only saw 1 strike, then walked, and then 1 more strike and walked. Ground ball through the right side. He's got a base hit. He's on for a 3rd time, and Trevor Cho is heating up these past few games. 7th hit for the Chinooks. Keeps the inning alive. Jack D'Amelio up next to ground out to third base. That just was almost a swinging bunt to third base, and a great play by the third baseman. Kept him in, and now Jack D'Amelio looking for another base hit. He's got a hit in he's reached base in every game he's started. And he'll work upstairs for ball 1. No one warming in the bullpen for the Bucs. Up until last night, he had reached in every game. And inside, it's going to be a hit by pitch for Jack D'Amelio as he just nicks his jersey. And the tying run will be at second base. And left-handed hitter and shortstop for the Chinooks, Dylan Gardner, will come up, try and tie this ball game. Tying run, Trevor Cho, who scored both times he's reached base, he has come around to score. Can you make it a 3rd time? And now the Bucs will send a player down to the bullpen, probably try and get somebody to start warming up. First pitch here to Dylan Gardner. Can he produce a base hit? Upstairs, ball one from Brett Fennell. Chinooks looking for another run in this inning after the sac fly RBI from Daniel Freeman. Bring in Ethan English, who doubled to lead off the inning. A single from Trevor Cho, hit by pitch for Jack D'Amelio. Poke foul and out of play. Late swing from Dylan Gardner.
And that's the 90th pitch of the day for Fennell, so I wouldn't expect him to go much longer here.
And we're in the 6th inning. Excuse me, we're in the 5th inning. Sorry, my apologies. Thanks, Wyatt. Wyatt holding his hand up to me, showing a 5. Hit for a base hit, into the glove. Robbed a base hit from Dylan Gardner. And so he is still hitless on the season. Would have brought in the run to tie this ball game. Just missed by Dylan Gardner. A great snag by the first baseman, Ryan Sullivan. When we come back, it's Chinooks 5-4. They're trailing to the Bucs. And Dylan Gardner lining out there. Mason Corbett at the top of the order will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back. We're going to the top of the 6th now. It's 9-1-2 Taishi Nakawaki for the Bucs, looking to lead it off. Taishi Nakawaki to lead off the inning. Here facing off against the right-hander Corbin Barker. 9-1-2, and the first pitch off speed that happens to miss off the plate. So a 1-0 count, no outs. Chinooks got a run in the bottom of the 5th, and that pitch is low. 2-0 count. Shortstop today 0 for 2, a fly out in his first at-bat and a ground out to shortstop that ended the 3rd inning. 2-0 pitch to Taishi. Inside, strike one. Taishi will take a deep breath. The sophomore at El Camino Community College. 2-1 pitch. And foul tipped right through the legs, right back at us. And unfortunately, it hits J. Paul Fullerton, who needs a second. So it'll work a 2-2 count, no outs here to Taishi Nakawaki. Wyatt, can you tell that this is one of my favorite names to say?
Yes, I know you enjoy saying it, 'cause even when we're off the air, I think I've heard it 20 times.
Curveball there, just missing somewhere. So it'll be a full count, no outs. Must have missed high. Payoff pitch. Chop to the left side. It'll be fielded by D'Amelio. A bare hand throw to first base. Will he get it? And he's out. What a play by Jack D'Amelio.
I think that's payback for the third baseman that did that
They
to
got him out, yeah. Just no bare hand, not as much flair. And I'm proud to say that Jack is my roommate for the summer. I've been waiting to say that, but it just comes at that moment. So big shout out to Jack. Good play there. 1 out in the inning. And it's not like he had all the time in the world because he had to barehand it, especially with the speed of Taishi Nakawaki. 1 out in the inning. Here to start the 6th. 5-4 ball game. A right-hander warming in the bullpen for the Bucs. Just playing nice and easy catch with a catcher. Fastball misses away, ball 1. Here to the right-hander Cole Tate. Tate today, RBI single and walk in his last 2 at-bats. He struck out swinging for his first at-bat in the first. Big swing and foul tips it back to the dugout, down towards the bullpen.
I believe the player warming up in the bullpen is Keaton Chase, the freshman out of the University of Oregon, for the Bucs.
Well, the Chinooks would like to see Brett Fennell. Again, they've done a good job against him these last 3 innings, last 4 innings, scoring a run. Really have been only 1 inning for both teams that the team hadn't scored a run. Just happened to be 2 in the third for the Bucs. Hit hard to right field, directly at Hayden Keller on the line out, and that'll rob a base hit from Cole Tate.
That ball sure looked like it was going to fall in front of him, but it carried all the way.
Well, that's when you know you hit it hard, and Tate can't be upset with himself. He put a great swing on it. Just happened to go as an out. 2 outs in the inning. Good job by Corbin Barker here. Chad Castillo, the left-hander, up next. Castillo, triple to lead off the hitting on the day for the Bucs. Back in the first, he scored a run. Came around to score on the RBI single from Ryan Sullivan with 2 outs. He'll break his bat, and it's down to Mason Corbett. 3 up, 3 down inning as the Chinooks will get through this one. Corbin Barker will toss the broken bat back to the first base dugout. And it's 5-4 when we come back. Chinooks looking to keep the streak alive with 1 run in the last 4 innings. They've got the top of the order coming back up with Mason Corbett, Jess Davis, and J. Paul Fullerton. Chinooks have the top of the order up with Mason Corbett to lead off the inning. They're down by a run, 5-4. Perfect inning for back-to-back innings for Corbin Barker. Chopped to the right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman. Will Sullivan get there in time? It's wide, but a great play by Sullivan to stick with it. Will catch Mason Corbett out by a step. Ball was absolutely fired in there from point blank from Cole Tate. 90 right from probably 15 feet away. And I don't know if Cole Tate throws 90 miles an hour, but from here, that's about how hard it looked.
He hummed it at him, that's for sure.
Definitely did. I'm surprised Sullivan caught it.
Oh yeah, with his
that close.
With his feet crossed like that.
He's catching almost everything today, and he's got the only error for the Bucs. Jess Davis up next has reached every time. He'll take strike 1 down the middle. First 2 at bat singles, and then reached via the error from that first baseman Sullivan. Chinooks down by a run. Hit hard to left field. It's going to be directly at the left fielder for out number 2. And that's payback for Cole Tate lining out to right field for the second out of the top half of the inning. Brings up J. Paul Fullerton, who's 0 for 3 today. 0 for 2 today with a walk. Jess Davis just squaring the ball up and hitting it right into the glove of Chad Castillo. Fullerton with a swing of his bat and could put this one tied, 5 apiece. He'll swing on one, get it off the end of the bat to right field, and that's going to be the third out. Chinooks go in order for the first time today. As when we come back, we're going to the final 3 innings. Top of the 7th we go, 5-4, the Bucs leading the Chinooks. Well, we're back for the top of the 7th inning. 5-4 the score. Bucs leading the Chinooks, and it's 3-4-5 Blake Paul to lead it off here with Corbin Barker. Strike one on the curveball. Chinooks went 3 up, 3 down offensively for the first time in the last inning. It was a good inning for Brett Fennell. And out in front, Blake Paul swings through it. He has 2 flyouts and a ground out today. 0 for 3. Chinooks down a run. They're trying to get a good inning here. Corbin Barker still working well on the mound. And the 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Corbin Barker will blow it by him high as Paul chases. Cheney Rogers will come up next. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Second strikeout now for Corbin Barker. Will face the left-hander and designated hitter who has reached an all but one at bat. Strike one on the curveball. A walk in his first at bat for Rogers. RBI single in the last. And that pitch just missing a few millimeters off of the plate. The 1-1. Check swing, and he went around. No, he did not, as called by the third base umpire. Thought it was not even close, but I stand corrected. Stacy Dunbar, the third base umpire, saying he did not go around. 2-1 count, 1 out. Chopped foul off of the front foot of Rogers, and he'll hobble back to the first base dugout, need a second. Just missed his ankle guard. He's got his John Hancock on it as well, in big letters, red and white letters.
Supporting the Bulldogs up here in Alaska.
For Georgia.
I got to see him and his teammates play against Tennessee in a
That's pretty exciting.
2-0 ball game in Knoxville this year.
That's pretty exciting.
It was. Georgia, unfortunately for them, didn't score a run, but they put up a good fight.
Check swing, didn't go around, ball in the dirt or just near it inside. Full count, 1 out. Sullivan on deck. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Just missing off of the play. That's a walk to put on the first runner issued for Corbin Barker on a pitch that was borderline, and we've seen called both ways tonight. As a pitching staff, 4th walk by the Chinooks tonight. First for Corbin Barker. Ryan Sullivan up next. Has grounded into a double play, not today, but the last time the Chinooks played the Bucs. Wind slightly blown out to right field. Off speed, strike one. And that might have been the go-to pitch I would have gone with at some point of the last 2 pitches Barker threw. Or the change up with a 2-2 count and missed, and then the fastball just missing as well. Barker will be a freshman at UC Irvine next year. The delivery. Strike 2, lower third. Barker with a little more zing to his fastball today, eh? Don't you think, Wyatt?
I think he's having the game of his life so far.
Yeah, so far.
Best game of his collegiate career, that's for
Let's
sure.
hope he can keep that going for sure of his collegiate career. Oh, that's funny. Out in front, swinging through it, and he'll have to head back to the dugout with a strikeout. Both outs in the inning have come via the strikeout, and Sullivan goes down swinging here. That is Sullivan's 18th strikeout on the season.
And while we've got a second, I'll update you on the other game going on. The Miners are at the Pilots, and I think I have those scores flipped. The Miners are up 5-1.
Yeah.
Not the
okay.
other way around.
Barker's delivery here, strike one, lower third to Jason Vanderbrake. Pretty exciting moment for me. My parents surprised me. I knew they were coming down, but they happened to come to the game and walked into the press box here. And Wyatt got to meet my family. And it's a 5-4 ball game here, 6-7 in the hit category. Ground ball to the left side, into the glove of Dylan Gardner. No, it gets by him. He popped up so effortlessly. I thought he actually caught it, but no throw was made. That'll be the first hit given up as well. Vandebrake with the single. Nothing hurt, really. Runners on first and second. Victor Cherney up next. Cherney today, RBI double in the third. Other than that, he has a fly out to right field in the second and a ground out unassisted to first base in the fifth. Cherney coming out of Winnipeg. And the first pitch is strike one. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Sophomore at Cal State Northridge. And the off-speed strike two. Corbin Barker looking for a big out here. If he can get one more strike in there, he could strike out the 3 outs in the inning, give up a single and a walk if he can catch Victor Cherney swinging here. Cherney trying to put up the fight. Outs at first, second, and third with runners on first and second base. Couple checks. Corbin, the leg kick delivery, popped up in foul territory, first base side. Ethan English will wave at it goodbye as it flies up and out of play. So we'll have another 0-2 pitch here. Corbin Barker starting his third inning and has 2 outs in it. Trying to get through this one unscathed. Off speed will strike him out. Corbin Barker, a great job. Victor Cherney swinging. 3 outs come via the strikeout. A walk and a single given up. But other than that, Braxton Brofin will have to wait for the 8th. As the Chinooks offense comes back out, it'll be 4, 5, 6. Ethan English, Hayden Keller, and Daniel Freeman when we come back. Ethan English to lead off here. Chinooks looking for 1 run or maybe 2 to push ahead for the first time today. They've climbed back in the ball game. It's 5-4. And they're looking to push ahead here. Inside, ball 1 to Ethan English. Into pitch, Chase Keaton as Brett Fennell's day is done.
It's Keaton Chase. He's
Keaton Chase, not Chase Keaton. Thanks for the
that's all right.
correction there.
He's a freshman at the University of Oregon. He pitched 2 days ago against the Miners.
Well, it's weird because online it says Keaton Chase, but on their roster it says Chase Keaton.
We're not sure what his name is.
Yeah, pops it up to center field. Vanderbrake is going back on it and is going to make the grab to get out number 1 here against Ethan English. Hayden Keller will be up next. Keller yet to get on base here in this one. Did have the RBI sac fly back in the 3rd inning.
Well, anyway, he pitched 2 days ago against the Miners, and he gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, or in 2 innings, and 2 earned runs as well.
And taken for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 count here, 1 out as Daniel Freeman waits on deck, the 6-hole, since coming in a few innings ago. That pitch, ground ball hard to shortstop. Taishi Nakawaki with it. The throw to first, and he's out at first base. 2 quick outs, and Daniel Freeman will be up next. He will like to break up the last 5 outs for the Chinooks have been recorded in order.
Now batting the Krieger Chinooks, number 44, Daniel Freeman.
And just not a rough day for Hayden Keller. And you're right, Wyatt, it is Keaton Chase. The roster has it wrong. I had to look it up on the University of Oregon just to check that.
Well, now we know.
Now we know. Low and away, a 2-0 count here. One of the fans calling for Daniel Freeman to hit this out of the confines of the park and tie this ball game at 5 apiece. He'll pop it up, swung at a high fastball, would have been ball 3, and unfortunately it's 2-1 count now.
He did hit it out of the confines of the park, just the wrong direction.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Wyatt. I think the fans would be overjoyed if you hit it the opposite way, though, right out. Hits one hard to left field, but directly at the left fielder. Tough luck for the Chinooks as we go to the top of the 8th inning, 2 innings left. Corbin Barker and the defense coming back out. It'll be 8-9-1. Braxton Brofin to lead off for the Bucs. Braxton Brofin steps in. He is 0 for 2 today. He struck out looking in his last at-bat to in the 5th, and he's got a hit by pitch the only time he's reached. Did score a run in that inning. Pops one up to the infield. Going back is the second baseman, Mason Corbett, will make the grab for out number 1. So here in the 8th, Chinooks still trailing by a run. It's 5-4. Corbin Barker been cruising, though. Last inning got into a little bit of trouble with a walk and a hit and a strikeout. A walk and a single, but got 3 strikeouts to get out of it. He's up to 4 in his 3 innings so far. He'll face Taishi Nakawaki here, the shortstop, who will take ball 1 off the plate. Chinooks are back tomorrow against the Bucs here at home for Lee Jordan Field on the second matchup in 2 days. Hit to the left side, and underneath the glove for a base hit, Taishi Nakawaki will have the single. First time getting on today. Had been 0 for 3, and now Cole Tate up next, lined out to right field in his last at-bat. The Georgia Bulldog.
I think the Chinooks will be glad that they're not playing Friday and Saturday and have a couple off days, as it's projected to be 83 and 85 on those days up here.
Yeah, as a native of Dallas, Texas, I'm used to 100 or 90s, but up here, it's very humid when that occurs. So I'll be hanging out with my family on those days, and the team will be off for 2 days as well. I imagine many of the guys are going to be going fishing. Pops it up to right field. Hayden Keller a few steps back towards his left, and he's underneath it. Will make the grab for the second out. So instead of a line out to right field this time, it's a fly out. It'll bring up Chad Castillo. Castillo reached in his first 2 at-bats via the error from Mason Corbett in the second and a triple in his first before he came around to score. On the 2-out base hit from Ryan Sullivan, he grounded out and flew out in his last 2 at-bats. 2 outs in the inning. Pickoff attempt to first. Safely sliding in is Taishi Nakawaki. Nakawaki not going, and that'll be ball 1 off the plate. Wind picking up more to right field. Big opening between first and second. The delivery. And that just missing off the plate. 2-0 count, 2 outs. Barker going to have to work in a few more inches. Barker comes set. And he'll deliver here. Poke foul and out of play. Nakawaki staying put there, and it's fouled out of play. Left-hander Castillo upset with himself after mishitting that one. Castillo coming out of Cal Baptist University in his freshman year and his hometown of Santa Ana, California. 6'3", 210 hitter. And he's got 2 strikes against him. Pick off to first. Tag laid down by English, but safely sliding in Nakawaki. Another pickoff attempt, and safely in Taishi. Just a fun name to say, man. Taishi Nakawaki. You literally mix up the letters and you can get walkie-talkie. But then you've got a couple of other letters out there. Runner goes out in front, strike 3, as Chad Castillo goes down swinging. Corbin Barker doing his job. Can the Chinooks do theirs offensively to get one more run and tie things? As we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's Trevor Cho, Jack D'Amelio, and Dylan Gardner when we come back. Trevor Cho to lead off here in the 8th inning. He'll take ball 1 off the plate from Keaton Chase. Keaton Chase comes in with making his 4th relief appearance. 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits given up, 3 runs, all earned. Foul tipped all the way back to us off the bat of Trevor Cho. It'll send Jack D'Amelio over to retrieve the ball. What's up, Jack? He looked right at us and said, "What's up, Josh?" 1-1 count. That's my roommate for the summer. No outs. Poke foul and out of play. Tried to go inside, and Chase with the advantage here. 1-2 count. 7 strikeouts for Chase to the 3 walks. Chinooks still need a run here. They're down 5-4. And the Bucs been quiet since the 5th. Big swing and a miss. Trevor Cho will swing through it for out number 1 here in the 8th. First time he's gone down today. Brings up D'Amelio. D'Amelio today, a hit by pitch in his last at bat, a ground out to third base that just narrowly got him by a step, and a single in the 2nd. Shout out to Jack's parents who may be listening, and Caroline, his girlfriend. Big swing and a miss from Jack, who was ready to pull the trigger there. 0-1 count, 1 out. Dylan Gardner waiting on deck was robbed of a base hit in his last at bat. And home plate umpire Tom Swoboda tells Keaton Chase to step off the mound. Ready to go again. 0-1 count, 1 out. The delivery. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Keaton Chase, pitcher at the University of Oregon, and the Oregon Duck, appeared in 26 games out of the bullpen in the 2019 season. Went 4-1 with a 6.08 ERA. Big swing and a miss there, and that'll work a 1-2 count as the pitch was high. Chase did appear in multiple innings 6 times when the Oregon Ducks were playing Hawaii. Off and called for strike 3 to catch D'Amelio looking, as it looked to be a little bit off the plate, but it'll be the 2nd strikeout in a row, and now it'll bring up Dylan Gardner, Mason Corbett on deck.
Number 2, the shortstop, Dylan Gardner.
Chinooks in jeopardy of trying to do it in the bottom half and hit a walk-off or at least tie things. Upstairs, ball 1 to the left-hander Dylan Gardner. Still looking for that hit this season, and can he get it right here? The Oklahoma State Cowboy, 1-0 count. Pops it up and out of play, 1-1.
Ball sponsored exclusively by Edward Jones Financial Investments and Jeff Hickrell.
Been a great game, though. Chinooks have come back down run after run. The Chinooks gave up 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. Up and inside ball 2. But since then, since Corbin Barker's come in the 5th inning, he's gone 4 innings of perfect baseball, only giving up 2 hits and 1 walk. Chinooks, on the other hand, scored 1 in every inning from the 2nd through the 5th and have not been able to score since. 3-1 count here. Dylan Gardner looking for a base hit or a walk to keep the inning alive and bring up Mason Corbett. And the delivery. Poked foul just to spoil it. 3-2. Tried to take a big hack at it, and it looked like it would have been ball 4 at the higher end of the zone. Keaton Chase looking for a 3rd out here against Dylan Gardner. Poke foul again. Just missing it. Jess Davis over to give the home plate umpire some baseballs. The 3-2 pitch. inside, ball 4. So the tying run will reach here in the inning with 2 outs. Gardner goes to first base. And for Dylan, he has reached in every game that he's played in but 2.
Batting for your Chinooks, number 15, the second baseman, Mason Corbett.
Excuse me, but 3. And poked up and out of play. Mason Corbett looking for a big hit here. Try and bring in Dylan Gardner from first base. Gardner has not attempted a stolen base this season. Well, I take that back. He did attempt, but wouldn't have been called a stolen base because he came around to score on a base hit. 0-1 count, 2 outs, runner going. Curveball here, strike 2, and safely sliding in is Gardner. He'll put himself in scoring position. It'll bring up an 0-2 count with Corbett. And Jess Davis waiting on deck. Davis today has hit the ball hard 3 of his 4 at-bats. Can Mason Corbett produce an RBI hit here? Upstairs, ball 1. Corbett again has reached in every one of his games he's played in. He walked earlier in the 4th. Can he produce the hit here to tie it, bring in Dylan Gardner? Or at least get it to Jess Davis up next. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball upstairs off the plate. Have a nice little butterfly that's come and joined us, Wyatt and I, in the press box. He's not really rocking the Chinook colors. He's black, but all the same. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Inside, ball 3. And a full count pitch will ensue here from Keaton Chase. Corbett will look for a big hit. Big gap in left center field.
The Chinooks have started putting together really good at-bats in the back half of this inning. If they could have done this a little earlier, it may be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, they struggled in some at-bats for sure earlier in this game, and in those at-bats it proved to be costly with runners in scoring position. The 3-2 pitch, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position is the tying run. Hit hard, first base side, out of reach of Sam Potter, the assistant coach for the Chinooks. Sam Potter explaining to the Bucs fans sitting on the other side of their dugout why he wasn't able to make the play. 3-2 count. Next pitch to Corbett. Capped foul, just a piece of it. Would have been likely ball 4 low, but you never can be too careful there. Three-two count, 2 outs. Mason Corbett battling here. Can he squeak one through between first and second, bring in Dylan Gardner and tie this ball game? Here in the bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Runner goes. It's low. The throw is to third and a stolen base for Dylan Gardner. Got a great jump, and now Jess Davis will come to the plate. Mason Corbett walks, and the inning gets some more life to it. Second stolen base for Dylan Gardner in the inning. And we'll pause here for a moment as we'll have a meeting out on the mound with Keaton Chase. Well, Jess Davis, arguably today, been the hottest hitter for the Chinooks. 2 singles, reached by an error to the first baseman in the 4th, and hit a laser to left field that was just caught by Chad Castillo for out number 2 in the 6th. He's got runners on the corners, tying run at third base in Dylan Gardner, at first Mason Corbett. The delivery, first pitch, curveball, strike 1 down the middle. Castillo shading towards the left field line. Big gap between left center. An extra base hit could bring in the tying run and the go-ahead run moving into the final 3 outs against the Bucs, but the Chinooks definitely need 1. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to ricochet off him. Tough play for Taishi Nakawaki. The throw to first, and he's out. So a good job off of the ricochet from Keaton Chase. Chinooks will have to do it in the bottom of the bottom of the 9th inning as we're going the distance. 5-4, Chinooks trailing the Bucs. Blake Paw to lead off the inning as it's Paw, Rogers, Sullivan. 3 batters facing Corbin Barker here as we go the distance in the 9th. Chinooks still trailing by a run. Couldn't get the tying run in of Dylan Gardner with 2 outs. A tough play. Jess Davis hit one back up the middle, ricocheted off of Keaton Chase. And a great play by Taishi Nakawaki to catch the rebound off of it and ricochet. And there's been some scenarios offensively for the Chinooks where they had runners like in scoring position, just couldn't get them in. Low and away, scooped up as it goes to the backstop, 2-1 count, no outs. Paul struck out swinging to open up the 7th. He is 0 for 4 today.
The Chinooks have left 2 runners stranded on third base, just 90 feet away.
Hits one hard to left center. That's going to be trouble as it's up and it's probably out of here, and it is. Way up and out, left a fastball towards the inner half, and that's a 4th home run now for Blake Paw this season. Now the Chinooks will have to score 2 in the bottom half of the inning. And there's a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Bucs as well. So he starts out 0 for 4 and gets the home run out of left center to make it a 6-4 ball game. You take away that one pitch, and Corbin Barker's really done a great job today.
He's been a starter his entire high school career, but coming into a game as a reliever like this and finishing it is not an easy task.
He's definitely a long reliever now here, and we'll see what he does when he goes to UC Irvine. Chinooks in the bottom half of the inning have Fullerton, English, Keller, and Freeman, the first 4 batters. A 1-2 count here to the left-hander, Cheney Rogers. Rogers with 2 home runs this season as well. Wind up in the pitch. Chopped foul off his front foot. Just the second home run we've seen here at Lee Jordan this year, and the first came yesterday, back in the one of the later innings. It was actually in the ninth inning. So the Chinooks have given up the home run to lead off the ninth inning the last 2 days to the leadoff batter. Dalen Colligdon picking up his first yesterday. Just tailed out of right field, and that's going to be in the dirt and be a hit by pitch. So the inning continues with no outs on the struggle. Now, after the home run, Corbin Barker struggling to get a strike across here and get an out. Ryan Sullivan up next. Troy Hervey over to retrieve the ball behind home plate. He'll give us a nice grin. We spoke with him yesterday at the bottom of the second inning on an interview. Fastball up and in, ball one. The difference between what the Bucs have done this season and the Chinooks is they've been in a lot of close games, but they've pulled out those games, and the Chinooks haven't been able to do that. Can they end that today and come from behind with a walk-off win? Strike one, enter third to Sullivan. Sullivan, a strikeout swinging in his last at-bat, and he's currently 1 for 3 today with a walk and an RBI single in the first. Runner not going. Big swing and a miss. Good job by Fullerton behind the plate. It'll make it a 1-2 count. Sullivan, a long wait for the next pitch. 1-2 count. He'll pop one up. Sky it to left field. Daniel Freeman, a few steps to his left, and the left-hander will reach up and make the grab for the first out. Brings up Jason Vanderbrake, singled in his last at-bat back in the 7th. Just pulled one past the glove of Dylan Gardner at shortstop.
Joey Levitt is getting loose in the Chinooks pen. Hopefully we won't need him, but just in case, he should be warm soon.
Strike one, enter third to Vanderbrake. Victor Cherney on deck. Delivery here in the dirt. Good block from Fullerton. And that'll keep the runner at first base in Rogers. Home run in the inning. Blake Paul led off the inning with a home run. Again, a crazy stat for you. The last 2 games, the leadoff batter in the ninth has hit a home run. Smokes one, way foul. Just a long strike, 1-2 count, 1 out. Chinooks looking for an inning-ending double play here to try and put 2 runs up in the bottom of the ninth inning. 3, 4, 5 hitters to start it off. One-two pitch, runner goes. It's in the dirt. The throw down to second. Will it be in time? The tag light down. He's safe. Picked up by Mason Corbett, but couldn't put it back down quick enough, and a stolen base for Cheney Rogers. Good throw from J. Paul, but puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the inning, a 2-2 count. The curveball missed low. And this is tough for the Chinooks, as you cannot afford to give up a second run in this inning and make it a 3-run lead. Full count, 1 out. Joey Levitt in his last relief appearance gave up 1 run in just a inning and 2/3 pitching. Ball gets away. That'll be a walk and a Wild pitch from Corbin Barker that moves runners into scoring position on the corners. As Victor Cherry steps up, we'll pause here for a moment. Corbin Barker, the meeting with pitching coach Chris Beck. Victor Cherney up next, and now in Joey Levitt. Corbin Barker finished with 4 and a third innings on the mound, and really did a great job up until this inning. He had not given up a run, and now has runners on the corners here. Just kind of fell off a little bit. He's not been in the starter role very much. Curveball away is ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Cherry. RBI double back in the third. Since then, he's been quiet. Chinooks looking for a ground ball double play to only give up the solo home run from Blake Paw to open up this ball game. Poked foul and out of play. Late swing from Cherney. Cherney coming out of Winnipeg and a sophomore at Cal State Northridge.
You know, Josh, Joey is yet to pick up a win in this short season. It would be a good night for it tonight.
It would, and the Chinooks would look for it to be a walk-off win at that. Hit hard to right field, and Hayden Keller will come in on it, make the catch. The tagging run will come in, and it's 7-4 on the line out from Victor Cherney. I know.
J. Paul Fullerton thought that was the third out of the game, and he ran back to the dugout.
Yeah, and he's coming back out now. 7-4, Chinooks giving up 2 runs here, and now they're trailing 7-4, a 3-run ninth inning is what they need to tie it in the bottom half. They can't afford to give up another one here as it's Braxton Brophy. Curveball in the dirt. Runner will stay put. Barker finished with 1 hit by pitch, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 walks, and so far 2 runs given up. 2-0 count here from Joey Levitt. Warming in the bullpen, the big right-hander, Colton Rendon. Rendon, the only player on the team with a perfect ERA, has had 7 appearances, 4 saves as well, most in the league. 11 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks. And he's coming out of Winthrop University, a 2-2 count, 2 outs. So will we see Rendon, the hometown of Jupiter, Florida, right-hander, in the top of the ninth, or in the bottom of the 9th inning? Runner not going, curveball, fouled up and out of play. Rendon not giving up a single run this season, giving up 2 hits though. And the last hit given up was 1 hit against the Pilots on June 23rd, just a few days ago, back on Sunday. Didn't pitch at all yesterday, but now on the 26th, we will likely see him. 3-2 pitch, runner will be going. The delivery, and fouled out of play. Brofin today, hit by pitch, 0 for 3. With a strikeout looking back in the 5th inning. Chinooks will play the Bucs again tomorrow, the first place seeds. And the 3-2 payoff pitch. 2 outs. Delivery. Strike 3 will get him looking, and so Brofin will strike out for a second time on the night. Chinooks look to pick up 3 runs and send it into extras, or 4 to win it. They're going to have to do it against Rendon, who's coming in to pitch to close out the game. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball. Fullerton will lead off here. The 9th inning, we've gone the distance at 7-4. And the Chinooks have 3 outs to get 3 runs and send it into extras. As leader in saves steps in, Colton Rendon. And Fullerton looking for a base hit to lead off this ninth inning. Rendon, a plus 90 fastball. He's going to sit there in the low 90s, maybe 92, 93. May get up to a pitch at 95, but his first one awaiting here for J. Paul Fullerton is going to be swung on and laced foul down the right field line with the off speed. Rendon coming out of Jupiter, Florida, a 6'4", 225 junior at Winthrop University. He has a perfect ERA, 4 saves, the most in the league, and 12 strikeouts to his 3 walks. Only 4 hits given up this season. 0-1 count, no outs. Out in front, Fullerton swings through the off-speed. Got to choke up, put something in play here. Ethan English and Hayden Keller behind him. Up and inside, and the fastball will hit Fullerton. He'll toss the bat back, and that was a hard fastball that just missed, put a runner on first base. And so 2 more hit by pitches, and the bases could be loaded for Trevor Cho.
That one's going to sting.
Definitely is, and he'll trot on down to first base, though. I think it won't sting as bad if the Chinooks can come from behind and win this game.
I would agree.
Save opportunity for Rendon. Pick up his 5th. Ethan English up next. First pitch here. Strike 1 on the corner. English transferring over from Indiana Wesleyan University, and he'll be over at John A. Logan College in the fall as a sophomore. 0-1 pitch. Poke foul and out of play. English going to have to compete here with 2 strikes against him. Hayden Keller again on deck. The 0-2 payoff pitch. Delivery. Way outside, it's going to get past. So that'll send Fullerton up to second base on the wild pitch. Just threw it across his body.
The mound here is turf, and there's a strip for the pitcher to pitch. And Rendon is stepping on the side of that strip, and it looks like the turf's starting to move on him. Both times that he's thrown a little wild, his foot's definitely slipped once he's planted.
Yeah, he starts closed with his stance, and then he throws across his body, trying to torque in a fastball. Late in life, he may have some arm problems that he's going to run into because of his mechanics, but he does throw very hard. 1-2 count, no outs to Ethan English. The delivery. Chopped foul, third base side. Troy Hervey will scoop this one up. Yesterday in the last inning, he had one go right through his legs, the pitching coach for the Chinooks. So he's fielding 500. 1-2 count, no outs. 7-4 the score. J. Paul Fullerton, an insurance comeback run out at second base. English, the next pitch to him. He'll swing through it at strike 3 for out number 1. Brings up Hayden Keller. 0 for 3 today with an RBI sac fly back in the 3rd. Brought in Jess Davis.
Batting for your Chinooks, number 12, the right fielder, Hayden Keller.
Keller will step in the left-hander's batter's box. Freeman on deck. Freeman, the RBI sac fly in his first at-bat coming in. Fastball misses away. Ball 1. Fullerton out at second base after getting hit by a pitch, moving up on the wild pitch. And the 1-0 count to Hayden Keller. Big swing and a miss there. Keller will look for a base hit here. first of the day. Leads the team for the Chinooks with a 323 average. Poked, fouled on the third base line. Put an advantage count in the hands of Rendon. And your approach now is you got to put something in play here, but you also want to get it to the next guy. Make sure you get on base, get it to the next guy, and the tying run could come to the plate if Hayden Keller can come up with a big base hit. The delivery. Big swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts to get Ethan English and Hayden Keller, and the Chinooks down to their third and final out. They're one out away from giving up the game 7-4 here. Was a great game for the majority of it, as it was 5-4. Chinooks kept giving up runs in the first 4 innings, though. 5 runs given up in those first 4 innings. 2 runs given up in the top half of the 9th. And the Chinooks able to get 1 from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in all those innings, but couldn't continue the streak. Ground ball up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit. They'll wave around Fullerton, an RBI single for Daniel Freeman. So the Chinooks will get a 5th run in. It's 7-5, and it brings up Trevor Cho. Second RBI granted to Daniel Freeman today. And J. Paul Fullerton comes in for the first run of this inning. It's 7-5. The tying run at the plate now, Trevor Cho. If he can put one out of here, it would be a 7-7 ball game.
And Rendon is no longer perfect on the season.
First run given up by Rendon. Big swing and a miss there. He's picked up 2 strikeouts in the first 2 outs of this inning, and there's no question he's a great pitcher. No question he can really hum in the fastball. But Chinooks trying to just come alive here. Inside, ball 1, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Trevor Cho looking to stay hot for the day. He's got gone 1 for 2 with 2 walks, a single, and a strikeout. The 1-1 pitch. Stolen base for Daniel Freeman.
Going to go as defensive indifference.
It goes as defense indifference? I've never heard of that. What?
Yeah, defensive indifference is when it's a stolen base, but the defense doesn't care.
So if it goes as defense indifference, does that mean that, like, the infield, even though they didn't cover, if he just runs to second base, he doesn't get a stolen base?
Nobody made an attempt to stop him. The pitcher didn't worry about him, so therefore it is defensive indifference.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of that. 7-5 the score, and Daniel Freeman out in scoring position. That pitch is strike 2. A full count here, 2 outs. Chinooks down to their last strike. Can Cho walk for a 3rd time today and bring up Jack D'Amelio or pick up a big base hit? And the payoff pitch. Pops it up, just going to spoil it out of play.
Sponsored exclusively by Edward Jones Financial Investments in Gavin Reeve and Eagle River.
9 hits for the Bucs, 8 for the Chinooks. They've been right there, but the Chinooks have not put up as many runs and capitalized on positions. And that's going to be a hit by pitch as it hits Trevor Cho. And I think you're absolutely right there, Wyatt. Because he keeps stepping across his body, it tripped him up there.
Yeah, he caught the thicker turf there on the side of the lane for the pitcher for the 3rd time, and he's had 1 wild pitch and 2 hit by pitch when he's done that.
Jack D'Amelio next, the tying run at first base. Can he pick up a big base hit, extra base hit to keep the inning going? Jack D'Amelio up next, and Dylan Gardner is on deck. We're going to have a pinch runner, Patty McCormick, over to run for Trevor Cho. We'll pause here for a moment and be back in just a second. Jack D'Amelio waits for his first pitch here. 2 outs. And strike one to D'Amelio. Although it was going to be ball 4 anyways to Trevor Cho, he just wore it right in the backside. 0-1 count here. D'Amelio looking for a base hit. And the delivery. Ground ball to the left side. Right side, excuse me. Fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first. And the Chinooks will drop the game 7-5, but do get a run in the inning and had the tying run in at first base. Unfortunately, they do lose, and we'll be back tomorrow as the Chinooks play the Bucs. A close game for the majority of the game, 5-4, but unfortunately Chinooks dropped this one after giving up 2 in the 9th inning and only can get 1 back. Great job by Rendon to come in. Does give up his first run of the season, but picks up a save. And the Chinooks had some good, hard-fought battle in this one. Tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the Bucs game, as it'll be one final game this week before on Sunday the Chinooks will play the Bucs again. Josh Salem here with Wyatt Wewell. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in tomorrow night.